احمد ولی احمدیار اولین شهروند افغانستانی در بلجیم که از دانشگاه آزاد بروکسل در بخش هلندی زبانا مقطع دکتری هست و دفاع خود در محضر پابلیک داره و اینم هیئت جوری هست که در سالون آمدن تا این برنامه را به شکل رسمی آغاز کنن. با ما باشین دوستان عزیز با جزئیات بیشتر.
In the beginning, I will outline a bit the procedure and what has happened until now. Then we will give Wally the floor to present his PhD, and then the individual jury members can engage in a Q&A session with him before we also open up the Q&A session to the public, so every one of you can come in and pose some questions. To the right side of myself, we have the two PhD supervisors. To the very right, Professor Birchen, who is a professor of sociology at the Vrije Universiteit Brussels. Co-supervisor is Peter Paul Verhege, who is also professor of sociology at the Vrije Universiteit Brussels. Then we have the other members of the jury who will be in charge today actually of posing the questions. The two supervisors are supposed to be silent. So right to me, we have Dimitri Kondili, who is from the Greek National Center of Social Research, doing research there. Then we have Professor Albert Kraler from the Donau University, Krems in Austria. And we have Professor Sylvie Gardene from the Vrije Universiteit Brussels, who is the internal jury member.
Also welcome everyone here for being here and for sharing this moment with me. As you see in the slide, my PhD, the last 3.5 years I have been researching about the international migration data. And in this coming presentation, I will explain why it was important for me to do research on this topic, why migration data is important and why should we have it and why should we study. But before going to, I don't know why it's not working. So before going to the presentation, we might all of us have thought a couple of times in our life what is migration and who is a migrant. And the response to that is often quite easy because migration is the process where someone takes the initiative to move from one place to another place, whether it is across borders or not. So this is the migration, and the process that it happens is the migration, and the person who does that, or the group of people who does that, is migrant. But then the problem occurs when we try to count these people and when we try to put those people in the paper. I'll give you an example. If you have known me for more than 10 minutes, you know how much I'm into football, and my football team is also today here in the audience. So if we look at these photos, we know that in one way or other way, some people here are migrants. But then actually the story or the way that migration is depicted here are different.
Dear Wally, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear jury, we went to a different room. We had actually not that long a discussion because everybody agreed your work is of excellent quality and it really deserves to be a doctorate. You really deserve to become a doctorate in sociology, in social science. So congratulations, Ella. The formal procedure right now and the requirement, the legal requirement is that I read the full certificate that you will be handed over. This will be followed by a first kind of opportunity for the supervisors to come in and to say a few words. And at the end of the remaining time, the floor will be given to you. Wij, voorzitter, secretaris en leden van de commissie door de faculteit Sociale Wetenschappen en School en Business Schools van de Vrije Universiteit Brussels, belast met het afnemen van het examen van dokter in de sociale wetenschappen, sociologie, aangezien het heer Ahmed Wali Ahmedjar, geboren in Ghazni, Afghanistan op 13 februari 1989, in het bezit is van een diploma van Master in Sciences Politiques, uitgereikt door de Universiteit Libre de Bruxelles, België. Aangezien de heer Ahmed Wali Ahmedjar een oorspronkelijk proefschrift heeft ingediend getiteld International Migration Data, Challenges, Improvements and Way Forwards. Aangezien dit werk door de commissie werd goedgekeurd, aangezien het door de examinidus in een openbare zitting werd verdedigd op dinsdag 7 november 2023, aangezien alle decretale en reglementaire voorschriften werden nageleefd, verlenen wij aan de heer Ahmed Wali Ahmedjar de graad van dokter in de sociale wetenschappen sociologie. Proficiat.
Audience. So let me say a couple of words. I'll try to keep it short. Dear Wali, dear colleagues and distinguished guests, today I have the honor of speaking about an extraordinary individual, Wali, a scholar whose journey embodies resoluteness, intelligence, and a profound commitment. In the crucible of life's most severe trials, forged through personal losses, and the ravages of war and displacement, Wali has emerged with a spirit unyielding to hardship. His journey as a migrant is not merely a chapter in his life, but a wellspring of lived experiences that have enriched his scholarship and widened the horizons of his empathy and understanding. Wali's story is a testament to his resilience and determination, facing life's challenges with admirable grace and humility. As a scholar, his varied interests spanning migration, policies, history, literature, Morgan, and beyond, his mother, family, friends, and all of us who have been privileged to be part of his journey. In closing, Wali, your journey resounds with the power of hope, the perseverance of spirit, and the triumph of determination. I stand here filled with immense pride for all that you have accomplished and the remarkable individual that you are. Last but not least, من بسیار به افتخار میکنم.
So now that I have it, I can speak openly.
That's how you really feel now.
I have been quite preoccupied in the last few days because beside the academic work, I'm also very much involved in the political and social discussions over migration reception, and providing support for people. That's why I could not write like a very detailed speech for today, but it's still quite detailed because I know a lot of people and I see a lot of wonderful people came and showed up here today, especially like having this great member of juries where it's a place to be proud of, like having such a jury. This moment is the moment that I have waited for many years. In fact, attaining the title of a PhD doctor for people with my background, especially those coming from war-torn countries with minimal resources, is more than a dream come true. Last night when I was writing this text, I was thinking about the long path that I had to traverse to get here. Most of my school years were spent in UNICEF or UNHCR tent schools, and sometimes even without a tent, we were sitting like under the direct sunshine. And due to the years of war, school standards were not comparable to any normal school. We often had one teacher who had to teach us all the subjects. However, one thing has always been clear to me, and I have always been sure that one day I would achieve my goals through education and hard work. I believe holding a PhD for someone like me is much different than for any other member of the Western society. We not only bear responsibility for ourselves, but also for people and our countries back home. People count on us and expect us to contribute with our knowledge to make the world a better place. The security and political situation around the world is in decline. The world is witnessing several unjust and unfair wars, with most of the casualties being women, children, and innocents who never chose war. If we cannot make the world a better place, we should be able to distinguish between just and unjust, between good and bad. Another aspect of having Tuba as a supervisor that I wish to acknowledge is her resourcefulness and her consistency and her consistently outstanding and inspiring ideas.
در اخیر احمد ولی پیشنهاد ازدواج را به عشق و دوست دخترش نمود. مبارک و موفق باشید.